Well, hi everybody! How we all doing today? So today I am building in Moonwood Mill, and I have been playing in this world non-stop since the Werewolf pack came out. I am genuinely having a great time playing with this pack, which is a little unlike me because I don't usually have fun with the occult sims. Like, I like the idea behind it and everything, but sometimes it's just the occults aren't really done well, so I lose interest and it gets boring. Not this case. I really like how the werewolves were done. I am liking it so much that I have decided I am going to do a giveaway for the pack of your choice. So make sure you keep watching, that way you can learn how to get the pack of your choice in this giveaway. But like I said, I have been playing non-stop in Moonwood Mill since this pack came out. For those of you who haven't seen my Let's Play, you really do need to go watch it. Check the little link above. It'll be there for you. But I have started out with a sim named Josie, and she was a teenager. She's now a young adult, but starting out, she was a teenager, and her backstory is a little bit interesting. So she used to live in Strangerville with her father. Her father was in the military. Now, while she was in Strangerville, of course, she noticed all these mysterious disappearances happening here in Strangerville. And Josie, wanting to be an investigative journalist when she grows up, decided to start investigating them. She was investigating the disappearances and also the mysterious strange behavior, and then writing books about it to let the public know what was going on. Well, that was all going great until one day her father mysteriously disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to him. He just poof and was gone one day. And that sent Josie down kind of a downward spiral. Being a teenager, it's already kind of hard to handle your emotions, and getting a really big emotion like that thrown at you, it just kind of really destroyed her and wrecked her a little bit. She started hanging out at some places she shouldn't have been hanging out at. Maybe spending a little too much time at the bar down there, if you catch my drift. But after a little while, she started to realize that she needed to get her life back in order. This wasn't the kind of life her father would have wanted for her. But she doesn't really feel like she can do that in Strangerville because there's just so much history there, it weighs on her. So she heard about this place called Moonwood Mill that is supposed to have a bunch of secrets, and she decided to go and find out those secrets. And that is how Josie came to Moonwood Mill. She has been digging in tunnels and reading books and trying to discover all these secrets, all these lore, and in the process of doing all that, she got bit. And she is now a werewolf. And the werewolf has kind of taken over her a little bit. She still writes the books and stuff, but she is very much kind of giving into that werewolf sense. So it's been really fun playing with her. And I've gotten into some of the gameplay features that I think some of them are just hilarious. For example, she hates her fated mate. Her and her fated mate do not get along at all. Like, their romance meter is really high because obviously he's her fated mate. They can't, like, you know, it can't not be high. But their friendship level is way in the negative. They do not get along. They woohoo and then they argue. So I don't know, maybe that is kind of like a married couple. Or no, wait, I guess normal couples do it the other way, don't they? On top of all that, though, she ended up getting pregnant with her fated mate by accident. So I play with Risky Woohoo on, and I always leave it on 1%, so there's that, ooh, it might happen kind of chance. Well, it happened, and we were not in a good spot for getting pregnant, okay? This was a rags to riches style challenge, okay? We barely even had a house. We had a little bitty shack. It was a little shack. It was like 3 walls with a roof on top of it to keep us out of the rain. So needless to say, not the best place to give birth to a baby, but we didn't have to worry about that because we eventually gave birth to 3 babies. We had triplets. So not only was her pregnancy not planned and kind of an accident, but oops, it was an accident times 3. We had triplets. And I honestly don't know how we're going to be able to manage to take care of those triplets while trying to write our books, while trying to do a rags to riches because we don't have that much money. And not to mention they're werewolf triplets, so I'm sure by the time they age into toddlers, there'll be some kind of something going on with them, you know, that makes it a little crazy. And all that to say, we still hate our fated mate, so it's not like we have any help from Dad. But it's been a really fun ride with it. We are having a lot of fun with that Let's Play. And it's not just the play options that I really like about this pack. I really enjoy the building also. So I have always been kind of into the grungy sort of aesthetic when it comes to The Sims. Like when Eco Lifestyle came out, we got all those bags of trash and stuff in the debug menu. I was all in for it. I was just so in love with that. And we kind of get a little bit of the same thing here with the werewolf pack. Maybe not to the same extent as trashed, because and some of it is kind of trashy, but it's not necessarily trashy in an ugly way. It's trash, it's bad in a good way. Does that make sense? Probably not, but just go with me. So my little building self has just been having a ton of fun creating with this aesthetic that's in the game, and I am in love with it. I accidentally trashed James Turner's house, and by accident I mean I did that totally on purpose. Like look above, it's totally did that on purpose. So this pack is one of my favorites so far. I am really enjoying this pack, and I am enjoying it so much that I am in such a good mood about it that I've decided I want to give away a pack to somebody. And I understand that this may not be everyone's style of gameplay with occults, so I'm not limiting it to a pack. I'm giving away one pack of a viewer's choice to that viewer. It can be an expansion pack, it can be a game pack, it can be a stuff pack, it could be a kit if you really want a kit, but why? Anyway, it will be dealer's choice in that. To enter this contest, the only thing you have to do is leave a comment below with the word that is on the screen right now. Just somewhere in that comment, make sure you put that word on there, and you will be entered into my drawing for this pack. Contest ends July 14th, and the winner will be announced shortly thereafter. So that's, I feel is really kind of fun. I do giveaways when I get excited about something, and I'm excited about the werewolf pack. I wasn't at first. I was really skeptical, especially after the whole my weddings crash and burn, just literal crash and burn. I was really worried about this game pack, but this game pack is all right. There are a few glitches. There are going to be a few glitches in any game pack we get ever, but it is playable and it is fun to play with. So definitely something I am excited for. I will add in to say that the high school pack will not be included in this giveaway because it ends before the giveaway is completed. If I like that pack, I may do another giveaway specifically for the high school pack when it comes out, but I don't want to do a giveaway for it before it's come out, just in case it is another my weddings scenario. I don't want to give someone a pack that could be completely broken before they have a chance to know that, hey, it's completely broken. Like, if you choose my wedding stories as your game pack, at least, you know, you had a heads up. But speaking of the high school pack, I have a mixed feelings about it. I love that it gives teenagers a chance to do stuff. I love the idea of going to high school and after school activities and thrift shopping and just sneaking out of the house, going to prom, just teenager things, stuff to make the teenagers in the game not feel like they're little adults in The Sims. I love that. I am worried about this pack though, and I'll tell you why. In the description of this game pack, there are so many spots where they are talking about customization, how you can customize the prom, you can customize their likes and dislikes, you can customize this and you can customize that, which sounds great in theory, except we've gone down that road before with my wedding stories. That was supposed to be a completely customizable experience and it crashed and burned. It's too much micromanaging. So I have decided I am not going to get myself excited about that pack until I have played it for a good few weeks and I know what I'm getting into. Because if I get excited about this pack and then it turns out to be terrible, I think it will crush my little heart. My little bitty tiny cold heart. It will be crushed and that will be it. And I can't do that to myself right now. So I'm kind of living in the present moment. I'm gonna focus on the werewolf pack because at least I know that's a good pack. And when the high school pack comes out, I will look at it then. And if it's a great pack, awesome. And if it's not a great pack, well, at least I didn't have my hopes worked up for it. I think it's a little sad that I've kind of gotten to a point where I have to wait for a pack to officially release and test it out and play it to know if I'm gonna be excited about it or not. It's just, I don't know, my wedding stories burned me so bad with that. It just, ugh. And I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to give players what they've asked for, more customization, being able to do what you want. But it feels like they're doing it in a very micromanagey way. And I don't really feel like that's what most players want. I'm sure there are some out there who, you know, want to play like that. I don't necessarily think most simmers want to micromanage though. I think they want a more immersive experience. And that's kind of where I feel like The Sims is maybe missing the mark a little bit. They did a good job with it with the Werewolves game pack. This has probably been the first occult that I have really liked. I didn't really like vampires that much because Vladdy Daddy kept knocking on my door and stealing my blood and it got annoying real quick. I didn't really like spellcasters that much just because with how they worked the point system and stuff like that, it was really hard for me to focus and get into. But with the werewolf one, for whatever whatever reason, it just seems to work better. I am having a great time with it. I really am. So if you haven't got the werewolf pack, I would very, very strongly suggest that one for my giveaway if that's the one you want. But I'd also recommend seasons or cats and dogs. Expansion packs are really cool. Also, there's a lot of game packs out there too. Strangerville doesn't necessarily have the best rap, but it has a pretty good build buy system if that's what you're into. But anyway, I suppose I could talk about this build a little bit. So this build is in Moonwood Mill, and it's not one of my trashy builds that I've been building. I'm finally coming away from the overly trashed building phase, but it's supposed to have a little bit of a grungy feel to it. I imagine this being kind of an older house that someone has moved into. They're trying to make it look nice with what they have, but obviously they don't necessarily have a whole lot. So they're making do with what they have. I tried to give all the bedrooms a little character. Like, this is supposed to be a teenage girl's room, and she has a teenage brother. I imagine in my mind they're kind of twins. And then there's also a nursery for a baby, because I am still holding out hope that maybe we can get some updated babies in this game at some point. I feel like that would be a really cool hack idea if they could update the baby. I mean, obviously it would need to update in base game also, but I still think it would be a really cool pack idea to have updated babies. I will say, with the high school pack coming out, I think that kind of dashes any and all hopes for cars. If we were ever gonna get cars, I think it would have come in the high school pack, because how cool would it be to teach your Sims how to drive, like back in Sims 3? So I think if we were gonna get any cars, that would be when we get the cars. And unfortunately, we're not getting cars, I don't think. So that's a little heartbreaking. In a way, it's heartbreaking. Honestly, I could live without the cars. The worlds just aren't built for it. You won't be able to get your cars to drive onto your lot or anything. So I don't know. I'm not really here for cars, but I know a lot of people are gonna be upset by that. But we are starting to come up to the end of this build. So like I said before, make sure you leave a comment down below with the word that was on the screen earlier. That way you can be entered for the contest to win a free pack of your choice. And with that being said, I will see everyone later. Bye.